Hello? All right. So I bought a 1,200 euro ticket to fly to Melbourne, Australia from Germany. That's a 23-hour flight. Now, this often happens to me, and maybe it happens to you. I get to the airport, and my flight is delayed. Now, I do what every single mature adult does in this situation. I complain on social media. But the key is, I don't complain on social media, I complain on every social media. First, you have the Twitter. Then you have the Instagram. Then you do the Snapchat. But last but not least, you have the Facebook. And I really like Facebook because when you complain on Facebook, you often see comments like this. I hate that airline. I hate that airport. That happened to me last week. All very useless comments. However, I did get one useful comment. I was told by a friend through a Facebook comment that I deserve compensation when my flight is delayed. And this is because of a regulation called the EC 261. Now that's very shocking to me because I've never in my entire life heard of it. So quickly, can you raise your hand if you've been on a delayed flight? Yeah, okay, that's a good percentage. Well, that's not surprising because every single year, 7.2 million flights are delayed. That's double the size of the population of Berlin. But that's actually not the shocking statistic. This is 87% of people have no idea about their air passenger rights. They don't even know they have rights. Now, there's mainly three reasons for this. It's complex, it's expensive, and it's inaccessible. So let me talk about the complexity first. The EC 261 regulation is 5,000 words long, 47 pages. Imagine you're delayed at an airport. Are you really going to read 47 pages of a legal document? Complex. Now, it's expensive. The average compensation an airline would pay you is 350 euros. The average cost of a lawyer in Europe, 200 euros an hour. Doesn't really make sense for anybody involved. Expensive. It's inaccessible. According to the American Bar Foundation in 2014, only 15% of people who need a lawyer end up hiring a lawyer. But once again, this is not the shocking number. The shocking number is 46% of people do nothing. 46% of people who need a lawyer do nothing. Inaccessible. It's complex, it's expensive, it's inaccessible. So for a moment, I would like you to imagine there's one lawyer that has the knowledge of all the lawyers in the entire world that could give you advice at any time, anywhere. As of today, this is possible with artificial intelligence. And let me explain why it's possible. So I talked about complexity and how laws typically can be very complex. With artificial intelligence, the more complexity you have, the better it performs. The more data points you can supply, the better the output from artificial intelligence. It's inexpensive because every single person who uses AI increases the output quality of the AI. So therefore, the next person who uses it has a better experience, therefore a lower cost overall. The unit economics of artificial intelligence is absolutely amazing. Finally, it's accessible anywhere, anytime, even without internet. Justice democratized in seconds. Now, it's not just regulations and things like that that really benefit from AI. This year, France has committed $1.8 billion to invest in artificial intelligence. China has increased their investment in artificial intelligence in the last 5 years by 200%. Israel has increased their investment in technology by 15x for the next 5 years. And 60% of that investment goes to artificial intelligence. Some are even calling it the next space race. So quickly, let me tell you exactly what AI is and how it can affect you. So simply put, AI is a person or a thing that you can tell what you're looking for, and then it can produce things that are similar. A perfect example is every time you do a Google search. The next time you do a Google search, it gets better at knowing what you're looking for. And now imagine that Google combines all the searches from all the people in the world to improve your quality. That is artificial intelligence in action. But when I talk about artificial intelligence, this is usually what people think of. This is T-800. He's a Terminator robot from the future. He has two things he cares about in life. The first, military-grade weapons, and the second, enslaving the human race. And this is a real threat someday, but in reality, most people fear about artificial intelligence looks more like this. Most people are worried about the impact artificial intelligence has on their well-being or their job. And today, I would like to prove to you that artificial intelligence is not the destroyer of jobs, but it can be the multiplier of opportunity. And let me show you how that is possible. So typically, when we talk about jobs, jobs come from companies. And within a job, companies will add technology. Maybe it's AI or maybe it's another kind of technology. What that does is it increases the productivity of the people in the company. Therefore, it reduces your cost as a company. Then you can reduce the cost of goods or services, which then increases sales. And by increasing the sales in a company, you fuel the expansion of the company into other markets, which then create more jobs. And I know it's a bit hard to believe, so let me give you a very, very specific example. This is a photo from 1950 of a switchboard operating room. In 1950, in America, if you wanted to make a phone call, you would pick up the phone. There would be an operator on the line. That operator would ask you, who would you like to speak to, and where does that person live? You would then tell this person that information. The operator would then unplug your outlet and then replug it into the right socket. Then you would be talking to your friend. Now, 1950 to 1994, we completely got rid of the switchboard operating room. Instead, it was replaced by an automated system. All switchboard operator jobs disappeared almost overnight. Fast forward about 20, 30 years, we have the mobile phone. The mobile phone, as of today, is a $1 trillion business. With 11 million jobs it currently employs globally. Now, I do not know how many jobs the switchboard industry employed, but I can certainly tell you it's not 11 million jobs. And there's many examples of this for history. But let's go back to what's really important. The world is a very unfair place, and that's why we've made laws. But what good are laws if you don't even know half of them? And even if you knew all of them, you wouldn't be able to enforce them yourselves. So artificial intelligence is very good at predictions. It can predict the outcome of a high-level chess match. It can even predict the weather next week. It can even predict what time I'll be waking up tomorrow. But the one thing artificial intelligence cannot do, it cannot pass fair judgment. So let me leave you with one final thought. Artificial intelligence, without a doubt, is very powerful. But it is a tool that if used in combination with our ability as the human race to pass fair judgment, we can create a world that has universal justice for everybody, anywhere. Thank you.